Hi everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. And in the last part, we beat the Psychic Gym. We went through the Psychic Gym and we beat up Sabrina. And now in this part, and at the end of the last part we started to head through the Seafoam Islands. We're in the first room basically. And so in this part, is all about the Seafoam Islands. And all about catching our first legendary Pokemon. So let's get going, shall we? Now in this place, this is the place pretty much where you can get all your ice types, all one of them. I think there's only one ice type in the game. Seal and Dugong. I always get confused with Seal and Dugong because I always think of them as water types. Because they are, well, they're a seal, which lives in water, based on a seal which lives in water, obviously. But no, apparently they are but I think they are straight, like, ice types. So I think this is the only place where you can get a Dugong. So if you want one, this is the place to get one. I've always really liked Dugong's design. It's actually a very nice, very elegant looking Pokemon. I kind of like that. But the big thing with, Slowbro. He's a big motherfucker. But anyway, as I was saying, Dugong's a pretty good Pokemon. He's good for the Elite Four with Lance and his Dragon types. But I've never used him and I'm not going to use him now. Because I've got other Pokemon which I can use to get, I've got other Pokemon which can, damage him. Because dragons, I think, are weak to other dragon types. And they're also weak to ice attacks as well. But anyway. Right at the beginning of the part, we got 5 rare candies for beating up the coach trainer. So that's a really useful thing to get. This place is a little bit of a labyrinth. It's basically the least worst. Yeah, that's the language. Oh, Ice Beam. Fuck you, Lance. Now I can kick your ass. But but the Seafoam Islands is like the third of the major kind of labyrinthy type areas. There's Indigo Plateau. I can't remember. I can't remember what it's called. It's the place you get through to get to the Pokemon League. And then there's also the cave next to Viridian City, which is also a bit of a labyrinth. I would say that that Cerulean Cave, that's what it's called, Cerulean Cave. What am I talking about? Cerulean Cave is probably the worst for me. The area leading up to the Pokemon League is not too bad, but it's still a bit of a pain in the ass. And then this one is like the better one of the. It's the best one of the 3 because it's not quite. It's not as long. It's quite short. Plus you get the nice. And weirdly enough, all 3 areas you get your 3 of the 4 legendary Pokemon you can get are all in these areas. Articuno in the Seafoam Islands, Moltres in the area before the Pokemon League. I can't remember the name of it. And also Mewtwo in Cerulean Cave. Oh my god, By the way, that music is so not useful there. It doesn't fit you spinning out of control to have this really nice kind of relaxed theme playing. It's kind of weird. But yeah, basically it's just a load of block pushing. You know, pushing blocks into certain... Pushing these big stone blocks into certain holes to stop the water from flowing so you can get to the next area. So you can get deeper into the Seafoam Islands. So it's not too long, but I guess it depends on what you want. I don't know what I'm doing here. Yeah, I got this wrong. I went the wrong way. Okay. So now we want this. Got ourselves a big pearl. There's another big pearl. So now we're going to go back up. I do like the addition of big pearls and big nuggets to get yourself that bit of extra cash. Okay, so now we can go over here. And we're not going to be blown away by the current. So we have to go up here. And grab ourselves... Oh, we got some ultra balls. That's nice. I kind of like the that's something which is kind of nice. Pikachu's like constantly glowing to kind of show that he's using the equivalent of, you know, he's using light up, isn't he, to keep the cave from being dark. So I kind of like that idea that they actually show it on screen that he's the source of the light. And the reason... my apologies. And the reason why you can actually see where you're going. I kind of like that. Got ourselves a hyper potion. I also like in this game that you don't have to actually activate it like you had to activate Flash in the previous one. Because in the original Gen 1 you had to activate Flash in order to fucking use it. Yeah, here's me thinking, Harry, what do I do? So you have to activate Flash, whereas in this one, Light Up gets automatically... Shit. I fell down the hole. Whereas Light Up just automatically activates whenever you go into a dark area. So that I don't mind too much. Yeah. So now we just got to drop these two. Drop a block down each of these holes. Run away. There you go. Drop this one down. And then I think you just drop directly. Yeah, you drop directly into this hole here. And it drops you here. Automatically activates Surf. Or the equivalent to Surf. And we're finally here. There he is. Oh, we got a third big pearl. Bloody hell, I'm rolling in cash. Alright, bitch. Bring it on. This is something I like as well, this cutscene to kind of make it you fighting legendary Pokemon a bit more epic. And it's Articuno. Articuno is a pretty good... is probably my favourite of the three designs. I think Moltres... No, not Moltres, Zapdos. Zapdos is a bit too spiky and a bit too kind of wild looking for me. And then, shit. Come on, Pikachu, you can do it. Whereas Moltres, I don't know, I just find his design kind of, I don't know, lame? I was paralyzed and it can't move. Oh, I got a bit of luck there. And Pikachu finish it off. There we go. Look at that. Bloody hell, I won that pretty comfortably. But this is where it makes catching the what's the word? Catching the legendaries a bit easier because you don't have to, you know, whittle them down to as little health as possible. You can kill them and then just try and catch them, so it makes it a bit easier. Fuck. But of course, motion control trying to catch this bitch is a pain in the ass. And I think I mentioned it before, but it also makes Mewtwo at level 70. Mewtwo at level 70 is a big difficulty spike right at the end of the game. Stop now. Didn't quite get it. Let's see if we can get him. Oh, fuck you. Articuno, you're a bitch. I am going to catch you. Fuck. I won't be using any of the legendaries. I'm just going to be catching them, really. Because they are overpowered. But, yeah, I think Articuno... Articuno you can justify a little bit. Just because... Apart from Dugong, and boom, nice and easy. It really wasn't that hard. But with Articuno, it's not quite. You can justify it a little bit more, but to use him, just because he's one of 2 ice types in the whole game. So if you are like, well, I don't want to use a Dugong, then your only other ice type option is Articuno. So you can justify it a little bit. Fuck you, Magikarp. Right, let's go. But I don't really need him, so he's going to stay in the box. But yeah, that's our first legendary. One of 4. We've got to capture... like I say, the next 2 are going to not be for a little while. Just because... Well, Moltres is right at the end of the game, just before you get to the Elite Four, and Zapdos... Zapdos you can get at any time after you learn the Water Skim, but I will leave that until I've got all 8 gym badges and on my way to kick the Elite Four's asses. So, I found an Ice Stone for leveling up a Pokemon, but I don't think any of the... I don't think Dugong's the only Ice type, and I don't think you can evolve a Seal into a Dugong by using an Ice Stone. At least I don't think so. But anyway, we found ourselves a Super Lure, that's nice. And this is really the easiest part of it. Really, it's just... Really, you go to the bottom right-hand corner of the open screen, go up 2 sets of ladders, and you're done. So we're out of the Seafoam Islands. We've got ourselves a Articuno. Fuck, Tom, concentrate. So we got ourselves an Articuno, and that's going to be it for this part. Join me next time when we'll be heading left, and we're heading across to Cinnabar Island, where we're going to be taking on the second to last gym leader of the whole game. We're also going to be, and on top of that, we're also going to be resurrecting some Pokemon, because we're playing God. Join me next time for the next part of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. See you next time.